LaMelo Ball keeps getting better and it's starting to get scary. After coming back from an injury, LaMelo has been outstanding this season and he's been playing the best basketball of his career so far. The way that LaMelo is scoring for himself alongside with creating for others is just on another level, and he's clearly playing the best basketball of his career so far this season. But quickly, before we get the video started, I'm Juicy Sports, I make opinionative NBA content, and if you guys enjoy videos similar to this, hit that subscribe button, that like button, and that post notification bell. I also want to quickly mention that I recently started up an MMA channel, and if you guys are interested in that, the link will be in the description. But anyways, let's get into it. LaMelo Ball was drafted with the number 3 overall selection during the 2020 NBA draft by the Charlotte Hornets. And originally going into that year's draft, there was a ton of hype and excitement around LaMelo's name. He was seen as a flashy player that also had a ton of talent behind him. He had a great ability to score for himself, either from that mid-range area or driving all the way to the basket. There certainly were some concerns about his three-point jump shot, but he certainly had an ability from that range as well. But besides that, and probably the most impressive part about LaMelo's game was his passing and playmaking ability. The way he was able to facilitate for his teammates and just make his teammates' lives out there so much easier was extremely impressive. And in my opinion, that ability, more so than his other individual scoring abilities, was the main reason why a lot of scouts thought so highly of LaMelo, and a big reason for why he was drafted number 3 overall. But originally when LaMelo was drafted, he had a pretty good rookie season. In his rookie year, he averaged 16 points per game on 43% shooting from the field, 5.9 rebounds on 6.1 assists. Those numbers are certainly very good, especially considering he was only in his rookie season. And in his rookie year, LaMelo was showing a lot of the things that people were expecting, but also he was showing more. He was doing a great job at scoring for himself, either from that mid-range area, driving all the way to the basket, but also shooting a decent percentage from 3. In his rookie season, he shot around 35% from deep, which I would say is decent. Now, a big reason for why this was a huge concern going into the NBA is because in Australia, he was only shooting around 19% from 3-point range, which is obviously atrocious and something that a lot of scouts were skeptical of. But LaMelo proved in his rookie season that he had the ability to shoot that 3-point jump shot. It was more so of an issue of shot selection over in Australia, more so than anything else. But besides his individual scoring ability, LaMelo also showed his phenomenal passing and playmaking ability. And in my opinion, the fact that he averaged 6 assists per game doesn't even do it justice how good he was out there in terms of his facilitating. LaMelo was doing a great job at running the pick and roll, pick and pop offense, just running the offense in general, and always finding the open guy. And LaMelo is one of those guys that just makes everybody around him better, and significantly better. LaMelo has that unique ability of understanding where everybody is out there in the court and understanding where his teammates are going to move to. So instead of passing to the spot where his teammates are at that exact moment, he has that great ability to know where they're going to be and throw ahead of them in order for his teammates to get easier shots. And this is an ability that very few players have in the NBA, only the top of the top passers and playmakers, but I think LaMelo has that ability within his game. But after his really good rookie season, in his second season, he made significant improvements, averaging 20 points per game on 43% shooting from the field, 6.7 rebounds on 7.6 assists. Now during that 2021 season, the numbers are just incredible, but even when you watched him out there in the court, it was very apparent that this guy improved significantly and he was a special talent. LaMelo just looked a lot more crisp out there offensively in terms of his scoring ability. He was doing a lot of the same things that he was doing in his rookie season, but he was doing more of it and he was doing it more efficiently. But also once again, his passing and playmaking ability also improved, so he was really turning into an elite facilitator. And after the great season he had in year 2, he was actually rewarded with his first ever All-Star appearance. But ever since coming back from an injury he suffered last year, LaMelo has been playing the best basketball of his career so far early on into the season this year. Now I know it has been a small sample size, only 19 games, but so far LaMelo's averaging 23 points per game on 42% shooting from the field, 5.3 rebounds on 8.5 assists. Just incredible numbers. And the thing about LaMelo is, once again, not only is he putting up great numbers, but when you watch him out there on the court, it's pretty clear that they're not empty stats. He's actually actually making his teammates around him better, and he's legitimately playing very well, and he is showing improvement, at least from what he was last year. I would probably say the biggest improvement that Lamelo has shown has been his three-point shooting ability. As I mentioned before in the video, there was a huge concern about that, but ever since Lamelo started to take better shots from that three-point range, we started to see his shooting percentage go up from there. And so far this season, Lamelo's shooting 38% from deep, which is actually very good. But besides that one concern, Lamelo is just continuously improving every aspect of his game. Whether you talk about his driving and finishing ability with his crafty layups around the basket, finishing through contact with N1 finishes, even dunking over players at times, Lamelo could do it all from there. He also has a really nice floater within his game, really good mid-range game in general, even has a nice post turnaround fadeaway. Overall, in terms of his individual scoring ability, Lamelo has it all. And in terms of his facilitating ability, he just continues to get better season after season. And in my opinion, if Lamelo was able to play the whole season this year, he certainly would have made the All-Star team. I think he's just playing that good, and I think he's consistently improving his game. And I mention this in a lot of my videos, but whenever you talk about talented young players, the biggest thing that you want to see from these guys is improvement season after season. And when you look at Lamelo Ball in his 3 seasons that he's played so far, he's improved season after season. Not only on paper, but also when you watch him out there in the court, which is extremely important. So when someone asks what do I expect him to be in the long-term future, I would certainly have very high expectations for him. I would expect him to continuously improve his game season after season until eventually he turns into a superstar player. I know those expectations are pretty high, but honestly I think Lamelo Ball is that kind of player. I think just based upon the fact that he's a great passer and playmaker, that instantly makes him a winning player, but when you also consider that he is getting more efficient as the seasons do progress, and he is just getting better offensively as the seasons do progress, I don't think it's all that unreasonable to say that my expectations for him in the long-term future would be for him to be a superstar. I think he has the talent, and I think he has the capability to eventually get there. Now for the rest of this season, I would fully expect him to continue to play the way that he has been playing so far. Just a very high level of basketball, and even though the Charlotte Hornets are having an atrocious season and they're already out of the playoff picture, I still think this is a good opportunity for Lamelo just to play his game and just to get more experience out there and just to improve his individual game. Now for the Charlotte Hornets, they're in an interesting situation. It's pretty clear that they need to add talent going forward in the future, so this season they're probably just going to treat it as a throwaway year. Maybe they're going to trade away some of their guys in exchange for draft picks, and the one silver lining for this season at least is going into the season next year, they're going to have a pretty good draft pick and they could use that pick to get a really good player to put alongside Lamelo Ball. And hopefully for Lamelo's sake and for the Charlotte Hornets sake, next season they can add more talent and they could be a lot better. But when you start out with a player who's as talented as Lamelo Ball is, it's certainly a great start, but the Hornets have to bring in some more talent. But I guess only time will tell what does end up happening with Lamelo Ball, but also the Charlotte Hornets. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Lamelo Ball is special, or do you not think so? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did enjoy, check one of these 2 videos popping up now, and until the next time, peace out guys.